How's it going, everyone? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, aka The Lonely Hermit, and today I am getting way ahead on videos. We are doing our Generation 7 tier list, but before we get into that, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that like button. Go check out my Twitter and Instagram. They're both at HermitLonely_. They're both in the description. The best places to stay updated with the channel. Be sure to drop a follow while you are there. And also, while I'm doing this tier list, be sure to follow along and do it with me and tag me on Twitter, Instagram, whatever you prefer, just as long as you tag me so that I can see your guys' tier list and I'm not the only one getting judged here. Okay, so also real quick, you guys, if you watched the last episode of the Omega Ruby randomizer as well, I did talk about the camera angle being weird for me. I sat between this recording that episode and recording this video right now and just messed with it, and now it looks much better. May or may not be using my shoes. May or may not be using some shoes. May or may not. I am, but we're gonna be using that. Okay, so we're gonna go on the tiers here. Switch it up. Hopefully I switch it in time this time. I think the last video I did switch it in time, but switch it now. S is God tier, A is great, B is good, C is average, D is / forgettable. And I'm talking, when I say these, I'm talking about usability in game, how good the Pokemon are, my experiences with them. Just because they're OP doesn't generally mean they'll go up in S, but if I've used them and they literally steamroll the game, then it's kind of an automatic S, or at least A generally. So a lot of pseudos tend to make it up there, but today we have Gen 7, which is Alola. I was gonna say Kalos. That's Alola, or I apologize for the stupid motorcycle. Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. I actually quite like this generation. This generation does hit quite a bit. There's some Pokemon that I'm like, ugh. There's some Pokemon that I forget about all the time. So they might go in D, they might not, I don't know. But we also do have a ton of legendaries and all this extra stuff. Am I gonna count Alolan forms? Yeah, because they're Alolan Pokemon. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I won't make that a separate video because I don't know if there's enough to make a different video. There probably is, but what did I this is the first generation to have different forms, so I didn't even think about this. I think, you know what, because technically they're Alolan, you know what, I don't know, we'll go ahead and count them. We'll count them part of the Alolan region, I guess. I don't really consider them Alolan Pokemon, you get me? I get the evolutions, like the specific evolutions, those ones I do consider, like in Galar, I consider those Galarian Pokemon. I don't necessarily consider these Alolan Pokemon, but because there's not a ton of regional forms, there's not really enough, in my opinion, to make a full tier list out of it, to be honest with you. Maybe there is, I don't know. But we'll count them. So we'll count them as part of Alola. Let's get into it. I'm rambling on. Let's get into it. Okay, the starters. I actually quite like all three starters. I do really like all three starters, actually. First, we have Rowlet, Dartrix, and Decidueye. Decidueye, A, Dartrix, and Rowlet. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I've noticed that I don't have to put the new Pokemon at the front. I'm like way behind on that, honestly, because I keep forgetting to do it. So I'm gonna kind of rank them how I would say, like if I say high A, I'll put them at high A and all that good stuff. But just a quick note, Dartrix is, yeah, I'm generally not a bigger fan of the middle evolutions of starters, and Dartrix is no different. I don't hate it as much as a lot of other middle evolutions, but I'd put it at that nice sort of B spot. And then Rowlet is adorable, and I actually quite like Decidueye. I actually used Decidueye in my very first playthrough of Sun and Moon, and I loved it. I love Decidueye. It's a fun Pokemon to use. Ghost Grass. Actually, I forgot about Decidueye when we were talking about the Ghost Grass Pokemon last week. But let's get to the next one. Litten, Torracat, and Incineroar for my boy Landon. We're gonna put Incineroar in A. S. I think I'd probably put Incineroar up there regardless. Incineroar is just such a cool Pokemon. Torracat and Litten can also get A's. Probably one of my more favorite middle evolutions, Torracat. Honestly, I like the way it looks. It's not too different. It's not too similar. It's just sort of Litten up. I don't know. Something about it, Torracat. I really enjoy it. It's pretty cool. Poplio. Oh, what's the middle one called? Oh, and then Primarina. What's the middle one called? What is the middle one called? I don't remember. I should always have Pokemon DB. Give me 1 second. That's right. Brion. It's Brion. It's Brion. It's Brion. I think I'd put, even though I completely always forget its name, I'm gonna put Brion in B. Popplio can also go in B. Primarina can actually go in A. I use Primarina in a playthrough. I quite like Primarina as well as Decidueye. I'd say Decidueye over Primarina. I'd say Rowlet and over Torracat there. And that can stay how it is. Yeah, I'd say Popplio, and I would say it's not my most favorite water type starter, but it's not bad. It's pretty good Pokemon to use. I like it. It's fun. It's water fairy. Cool one to take from the very start. All right, now we get into, oh my god, Trumbeak, and then the other one. What is their names? Why am I blanking? I know their names. I know their names. Let me look up Trumbeak because it's the only one I remember right now. I know their names. Pikipek, Trumbeak, and Toucannon. I knew that. I'm sorry, I just totally minimized the screen right there. My bad. Toucannon, Trumbeak, and Pikipek. I don't mind Toucannon. Actually, I like it. Don't bring up the shinies. I don't know why I'm so all over the place right now. Toucannon, I'll put that high B. Trumbeak, it's just average for me. Pikipek is not that much better, but we'll put it low B. I like Toucannon. I like Toucannon compared to the other two a lot more, but I wouldn't put it much higher than B. Oh god, these two. Gumshoe and Yungoos. Or Yungoos and Gumshoe, right? I'm honestly not I don't know. Some of the normal types in general I'm not a big fan of, but these two in particular, I don't know. I don't like them that much. Grubbin, Chargebug, and Vikavolt. That's really all that needs to be said about them. I just don't really like them that much. Grubbin, Vikavolt. Vikavolt can actually go A. Chargebug is Cocoon. Because it looks like a bus, I'll put it in C because it looks like a bus. And Grubbin can go D. I think that the build-up is worth it. I like Vikavolt. You can get it early. Vikavolt's an interesting typing as well. Electric Bug. Again, the only other Pokemon, I think I said this back in the Gen 5 tier list, the only other Pokemon was Galvantula, and I think Vikavolt's a step way above Galvantula. Actually quite like Vikavolt. Vikavolt's a pretty fun Pokemon to use. Crabominable and Crab, what's his name? Crab. I might have to keep referring to this Crabominable. I'm gonna have to keep going back to this because Crabrawler. That's right. I'm not gonna lie, my memory of the names of Pokemon from Gen 7 is kind of all over the place. It's took me a long time to learn a lot of their names. Not because I didn't like them, just because I didn't really go out of my way to get the Gen 7 Pokemon when I was playing Sun and Moon, so I never really learned their names as well. Crabominable can go in B. Crabrawler can go in C. I like Crabominable's design. It's funny when you run into them when you're like searching for berries and stuff. I think that's funny, but I don't think I'd put them much higher than there. I think I'd put Crabominable lower B. I think I'd put it lower B, and Crabrawler just a regular C. And Oricorio, I actually quite like all the Oricorios can actually go in A. I like all the Oricorios. I like all of them. The Ghost, Electric, Samba, and the other one, Fairy. Fire and Fairy? Something like that. I love all the Oricorios, honestly. They're all so cool. I like all their designs. I like the different like flowers and stuff you can find them in. It's a cool concept. Great Pokemon. Fun to use. Cool Pokemon. Just cool Pokemon. They're all 1A. Cutiefly, Ribombee B. Ribombee is actually not half bad. I'm gonna put Ribombee low A. I think I would keep these birds above. Actually, no, I put Decidueye above the birds, and I probably put Vikavolt above the birds, but the birds go above Primarina. I think. Wait, where did I put? Okay, Ribombee goes in a low A for me, and Cutiefly just goes like a standard B, just like a standard middle of the road B, just kind of the standard there. But Ribombee is actually a pretty cool fairy type. I remember using it on a playthrough. It's pretty fun to use. Oh, great rock types. Rockruff, and then the Lycanroc, Midday, Dusk and Dawn. Right? I think I got it right this time. I had the question today last week, episode 4, on the Omega Ruby randomized Nuzlocke, where I just completely forgot what each one was. Midnight, or what's it called? Dusk can go S. Also S. The Lycanroc actually really, I think I put it somewhere above them, but the Lycanrocs are amongst my favorite rock types. They're very solid rock types. Very solid. All three of them are fun to use. They all have great designs. Although Midday and Dawn kind of look the same. It's just one's orange, one's regularly brown. I like all three of them. I like all three of them. If I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably say the dusk form, then Dawn, then the Midday. That's probably about how I would rank them. But all three of them, I love Lycanroc. Lycanroc's a very solid Pokemon. Wishy-Washy. Oh, they actually have the school form as well, the schooling form. Schooling, they could both go like mid B as well. Interesting. I like how it basically becomes like a whole different Pokemon, and that's why you could see like it's a whole different form. Never really seen a concept based off the the schooling of Pokemon, fish rather, how fish they do that, like they group up together, maybe don't form things like that. It kind of reminds me of Finding Nemo, if you guys remember when the fish would like make arrows and stuff and we're like telling Nemo's dad where to go and all that. Kind of reminds me of that, but it's cool. I just wouldn't put it much higher than B. Toxapex and what's the little one called? Toxapex. I'm gonna spend so much time just looking up names. Toxapex. What's the other one? Marini, my bad. Marini and Toxapex. I like the difficulty of finding them. I think that's interesting, but they're interesting. Actually, I remember using one. I don't remember what playthrough it was. It might have been another Sun playthrough I did. I picked one up and I used it for a while. I didn't use it for the full playthrough. I used it for a while and it's not bad. It's a pretty good poison type. I don't know why I dropped it. I think maybe because I found just another poison type I would rather have. It might have been Salazzle. I'm not gonna remember, but I think I put it in B. It's pretty middle of the road. Mudbray and Mudsdale. Mudsdale's a very solid ground type. I'm gonna put it low A. It's a very solid ground type. We'll put Mudbray in mid B. Mudsdale's a beast. Mudsdale's a freaking beast. Oh my god. Really interesting ground type to use, honestly. If you haven't used the Mudsdale before, I would say use it just for fun. It's honestly a pretty good ground type to use. Araquanid and what's the other? God, I'm so bad with the names right now. Gen 7 Araquanid. Let's see. Dewpider. See, I know the name, I just can't think of it right now. Araquanid, I'll put them both high B. I think high B. I actually quite like it. Bug water, interesting. Better than Masquerain. Way better than Masquerain in my opinion. And interesting. I haven't used it, but going against it and all that good stuff, it's pretty interesting. I hate spiders, but I like its design. I like its design. Fomantis and Lurantis. High B. You go low B. Fomantis can go low B. Lurantis high B. I think Lurantis is a decent grass type. Honestly, it's pretty good. Morlul and you. Fudge, man. Jeez. Morlul. I just cannot remember their names right now. How did I remember Morlul, but I couldn't remember Shinotic. Honestly, and not because I know I forgot a lot of the other names, but genuinely these two I genuinely forget they exist. Especially Shinotic. Morlul I'll move up to C because I do tend to remember Morlul, obviously, more often than I remember Shinotic. I genuinely forget these two exist all the time. Only reason, like I said, D is for forgettable. The main reason why I'm putting them there is just I forget they exist like all the time. Salandit and Salazzle. Salazzle easy S. Salazzle's such a fun Pokemon to use. The only thing kind of holding it back for me is, I'm gonna put you high B, is the gender restriction for the evolutions. That is kind of annoying, but it's not that big a deal. S for Salazzle. Beware and Stuffle. Beware's freaking Stuffle's freaking adorable. I put Beware below the birds. I actually wouldn't put Rockruff that high. I'll put Rockruff there above the birds. I like Rockruff's design a lot. But Beware, I probably put it like here above Primarina, below the birds. Probably mid A. I think that's a good spot for it. Beware is a really cool Pokemon. It's so Stuffle's adorable as well. Oh, it's so cool. I know you're Steenie, and I know you're Bonsweet, Steenie, and Bonsweet, Steenie. Okay, so well, Bonsweet can go in low B. I don't particularly care for it. Low B. Steenie can go like mid A or mid B. You can also go mid B. Serena with the T at the beginning. Serena. That's its name. Yeah. Not particularly great. I know a lot of people like them as grass types. I mean, their designs aren't bad. It's just I feel like usability they're not great. Comfey. C. gameplay is not particularly great. It's kind of a worse version of Klefki, if they could even get a worse version of Klefki. Sorry, I switched right there. Oranguru and Passimian. Passimian can get a low A, and so can Oranguru. I like both these guys. I haven't really used them a ton, but when I do, it's actually pretty interesting. It's actually pretty interesting using these guys. I like them. Wouldn't say I'm over the moon about them, but I do think they deserve to be an A. I think they're pretty fun Pokemon to use, especially Passimian. I think I prefer Passimian over Oranguru, but I put them below A. I wouldn't put them any higher. I wouldn't quite put them above a lot of the other Pokemon in A, but I think I'll leave them right there. Wimpod and Golisopod. We'll put Golisopod above the birds, I think, or above Rockruff. We'll put it here. The bug types in this generation were actually not half bad. I will say that the bug types in this generation were not half bad. Wimpod can get mid B. How rare it is kind of contributes to how much I kind of like it. But as well as it's just a really interesting Pokemon. You get emergency exit as well, which could be very useful, especially in a competitive scene. Interesting ability, completely different than anything we'd had seen. But I think I would, yeah. I think A is a good spot for it. High A, pretty fun. Bug Water, another Bug Water. That's way better than Masquerade. I'm gonna keep saying it because it's true. Palossand and Little Palossand. Sandygast. Palossand and Sandygast. I forget which one's which. I think Palossand's the little one, Sandygast is the big one. I'm probably completely wrong. Actually I did use it, and for it only being a sandcastle that's haunted, I actually quite like using it. Ground Ghost is a really fun typing. So hey, I use it as my ground type more so than my ghost type, but it's a little fragile. I won't lie, it's not. We'll put it high B. Actually, we'll put it high B. It's a little fragile, but I think B is a good spot for it. Tentative low A, high B, low A. But I think high B. I think high B is a better spot for it. And then Palossand is a low B there. Pyukumuku is gross. Its animation just grosses me out. Its animation grosses me out. I'm putting it in D. Its animation grosses me out. I'm not gonna lie. The way the thing shoots out, that's gross. Like every time I see it, I'm like, ugh. Every time I see it, I just like I get the chills. I'm like, ugh. I can't. I literally cannot. No, I hate its animation. I hate it so much. Pyukumuku D. Type Null and Silvally can get. Both of them actually, you know what? I'm gonna put them low S. I know technically they're legendaries and that's kind of wrong, but if you know, I like the whole like broken Pokemon concept of like they just kind of mishmashed a bunch of things together, trying to make the perfect Pokemon. I guess I think that's like sort of its backstory. It's supposed to be a counter to the Ultra Beast. It's supposed to be an Ultra Beast killer, and I wish they kind of would have done more with its moves and stuff like that. But it's so cool. It's the only other Pokemon aside from Arceus and Genesect that can change its typing like that. Like, well, I mean, there's like Kecleon and like color change and all that, but I mean in that way with like outside stuff, items and stuff, where you can physically like really control what happens 100% of the time. I really like the concept. I like its lore. A lot of it is its lore. That's supposed to be an Ultra Beast killer. I think that's so freaking cool and really adds like just to the coolness factor of Silvally and Type Null. And like I said, it's just kind of a broken Pokemon. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those lab experiments gone right. I guess gone wrong, gone right. But yeah, Minior. I'm surprised they didn't put all like 8 of them, the different Minior colors. Minior in. It's just kind of meh, but Minior broken is actually pretty cute. I like it. High B for me. Low, it's just the average sort of looking rock Pokemon, you know. But once it breaks out, I think it gets its character. It gets its like the real design looks a lot better, and I definitely like it. There, Kamala. Never actually used Kamala, and I'm not gonna put it in D. I do tend to forget Kamala exists, but I'm gonna put it a step above at C. I don't think it's an amazing Pokemon. It does have, I forget what its ability is that's exclusive to it, and that's really cool, but it's just not the greatest. I would say it's pretty average. Turtonator, low B, high A, low B, I mean high B, low A, high B, low A. I'm leaning more towards low A. I think low A for Turtonator. Can we talk about where to put everyone by now? This is such a solid generation. Turtonator, I think I'd put low A. I think Turtonator is a pretty solid Pokemon. Pretty solid Dragon type. Interesting to use. I wouldn't say it's the greatest Pokemon. I've used it in Sword and Shield. I think I used it in Sun and Moon. I think I definitely used it in Sword and Shield on my first playthrough, but it got destroyed on like the first hit it took. But I actually quite like its design. It's fun. Fire Dragon. It's the only other like I think non-legendary that has that typing. Aside from Reshiram, I think they're the only ones that have that typing. I think that's cool. I like it. I like Tornado. The Pikachu clone, Togedemaru. It gets a much higher rating than a lot of the other Pikachu clones for me. High B. Definitely a higher rating than a lot of other Pikachu clones because it's one of the more usable ones. It's definitely one of the more usable ones. Electric Steel and going against it can be a bit tough. Emolga was honestly one of the other more useful ones. I don't remember where I put Emolga. But Togedemaru is definitely one of the more useful ones. The last 3 generations have had some pretty useful ones, to be honest with you. The Dene, and Togedemaru and Emolga are probably some of the more usable Pikachu clones. Depending on your definition of Pikachu clone, I don't know if you'd consider Mimikyu a Pikachu clone. If you do, then it's the highest rated Pikachu clone I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it below the birds, I think. I really like Mimikyu. I like Mimikyu. I like that it's a kind of a rejected Pokemon that wears the Pikachu disguise. I really like it. You basically get a free hit as well whenever you use it. Essentially always takes a free hit. So I think I put Mimikyu there at mid A. I like it shiny as well. I have it on Sword and Shield. It's like just grayed out. I think that just perfectly represents Mimikyu as a Pokemon. It's really cool. Bruxish. I hate that I remember your name. You're the worst Pokemon. Genuinely one of the worst Pokemon in my opinion. Like, can we talk about Bruxish? I'm gonna put up a full screen picture of it on screen. You tell me you like that Pokemon. Please tell me you like that Pokemon. I don't understand why you would like that Pokemon. I don't. I hate its design, dude. I hate its design. Let's go to Google Images. Let's go to Google. Let's look up Bruxish. Let's look up Bruxish. Let's look up Bruxish. And we'll go to Google Images. Like what? Like why would you? Why would? No, this design is just. No, this design is just no. It's just no. Honestly, I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. Of course, that's personal preference. You guys, I'm sorry I came at you. I'm sorry if you like Bruxish. I'm sorry I came at you, but I hate it. I just don't like it at all. Worst Pokemon in this generation easily, and one of the worst Pokemon. Period. Definitely the worst water type. I would rather take any other water type over that. Drampa. Why? I'm gonna put it in B purely because it should have freaking been an evolution for Dunsparce, dude. It should have been an evolution for Dunsparce. I wish the glow up to go from Dunsparce to Drampa into a dragon type, right? Oh, that would have been so cool, man. The only reason I'm putting it in B is because I'm mad at you for not being an evolution for Dunsparce. Only reason why you're going to B. Otherwise, you're going to A. But because you weren't an evolution to Dunsparce, if you were, I honestly probably would put it high A because it would have made Dunsparce so relevant. But no, couldn't be. Even though you look exactly like him. Like, really? Whatever. Delmise, mid B. Go from all. Another ghost grass type. I forget about a lot of ghost grass types. Yeah. Not much to be said. B. Oh, I love this line so much. Jangmo-o, Jangmo, Hakumo, and Komo. Komo can get above the dogs, and you two can also. Oh, actually, no, just Jangmo-o. Hakumo actually. Hakumo I'll put low A. Jangmo is freaking adorable, and Komo is just a great Pokemon. I talked about it in a recent episode of the Meg Ruby Nuzlocke. A few episodes this week. One of the episodes this week. I think it was the second one this week. Fun Pokemon to use. Dragon fighting, such a fun typing. Just a cool Pokemon to use. I actually really like Komo and Jangmo and Hakumo. I like the whole line. The whole line is just great. And I have the shinies on Sword and Shield for a reason. So good. I love that Pokemon. Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini. If you don't know the rule, I only pick one from a set of Pokemon. So for this one, I think we're gonna exclude that rule honestly for the Ultra Beasts, because there's like 17 of them. Well, there's 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 of them. 8, 9, 10 of them. There's a lot of them. So we're gonna exclude that rule just for them. What time am I at? 24 minutes. Sick. So I need to get moving because we still have the regional forms as well. Actually, let's do the regional forms before we get into the legendaries. So we'll start with the Alolan Executor. Its head is cut off. That is so sad. Mid B, don't understand how it's a dragon type. Actually, low B, don't understand how it's a dragon type. Actually, mid B, don't understand how it's a dragon type. Regardless of where I put it, I still don't understand why it's a dragon type. Marowak will get mid A. Alolan Marowak is very solid. Rattata, slight upgrade, I think, on the original, but I would still kind of stick it mid A or mid B. I think it's an upgrade on the original, I'm not gonna lie. I prefer the Alolan forms of Raticate and Rattata to the originals, but I still would have put them much higher. Alolan Sandslash, yes, easy A, mid A there. And Alolan Sandslash, we'll put them with Rattata. Sandslash is I love Alolan Sandslash. I love Sandslash, but Alolan Sandslash is just Alolan Ninetales can also get put with Alolan Sandshrew. I would honestly put Alolan Vulpix at a high B for sure. The Alolan forms for those two are just great, just so great. I'm surprised they didn't give Arcanine one, but I'm kind of glad they didn't give Arcanine one to balance it with Ninetales. But then again, you had Sandshrew to balance it with Ninetales, so that was cool. Diglett and Dugtrio, I like it's just funny to look at. They're just both funny to look at. I think I put them both mid B. Actually, I was gonna put them high B, kind of mid B. I just think they're funny to look at, to be honest with you. I think their designs are funny. Alolan Persian, not much love for me, and Alolan Meowth isn't that much better. I don't really like Alolan Persian, to be honest with you, not at all. But Alolan Meowth is just a little bit better. I think Alolan... Oh, I skipped Raichu. Raichu, easy S. Alolan Raichu is just so good. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite Pokemon definitively from Alola. I think we'll do this order. But it's definitely up there. It's definitely S for me, easy. I love Alolan Raichu. Such a good mon. So fun to use. So much fun. Alolan Geodude, Graveler, and Golem. Electric type. What? Crazy. I think these two, I think the first two are middle of the pack. In B, Alolan Golem, low A. We'll put Alolan Golem low A. I think low A is a good spot for him. Yeah. I think low A is a good spot for Alolan Golem. It's actually pretty good as well. Rock Electric's pretty fun. Alolan Grimer and Muk. I do like these two better than original Grimer and Muk for sure. I like them quite a bit better. I would put them, well, actually, I don't really like Grimer that much better, honestly. I think it's worse. Actually, I think that's a lie. I think Alolan Grimer is worse than original Grimer. But I think Alolan Muk is better than original Muk. I do like Alolan Muk quite a bit. So it'll go up there for me. I like the way the colors shift when it does its animations. That is really cool. Okay, now here we go. With everything. I know UBs aren't technically, I think they're not considered legendaries. I think they're just kind of in the category of their own. Jeez, how am I gonna split this up? So it's gonna be the Tapus. I think we'll do Cosmog and Cosmoem on their own. No, we'll count all four of them: Solgaleo, Lunala, and Cosmog, Cosmoem. And then I'm gonna count the UBs as their own separate peeps, each separate. Just for this one, I'm gonna count Poipole as a UB as well. We're gonna count them all separately because there's so many of them. Necrozma, every form of Necrozma is its own. It is part of the group of Necrozmas. Marini, is that your name? Magiarna, sorry, Magiarna. There, Marshadow on its own, Zeraora on its own, and then Meltan and Melmetal are on their own as well. So those are the groups. The Ultra Beasts, like I said, I'll be ranking on their own. Each of them is their own individual. They're not part of a set. I won't count them as a set. We'll bend the rules for this one because there's like 10 of them. So, okay, the Tapus, I can easily say Tapu Koko is my favorite. Tapu Bulu will get a high B. Tapu, actually, no, they'll all get a low A. Finny will get a mid A. But the other two, Lele will get a mid A. But Finny and Bulu will get a low A. I prefer Coco the most. I think Tapu Koko is the best out of all of them. Best looking. I like the whole energetic vibe. I think Lele's second best, Finny's third, and Bulu is fourth. For the Tapus there. Cosmog and Cosmoem. Cosmoem is a cocoon Pokemon, so I don't care about it. We'll put it in C just because it turns into legendaries. It's also the first game. Sun and Moon were also the first game where you could get another legendary, which is pretty cool. Cosmog, Nebby will get mid B. It's pretty cute. Lunala will get mid A. I wouldn't quite put it high A, to be honest with you. Actually, no. I'll put it above Decidueye. I'll put it below Type Null though. But Solgaleo will get above Silvally. Yeah, I think that's about where I'd put them for that one. I like Solgaleo more than I like Lunala, but I do appreciate both of them. I do appreciate both of the box legendaries from this generation, at least from Sun and Moon. The box legendary obviously changed in Ultra Sun and Moon, but I do really like Solgaleo a lot. I also like Lunala, like the bat, the big bat, but I do prefer Solgaleo a lot. This Lunala does remind me of, what's her name? Olympia, I think is her name from X and Y. I thought that was really funny, but yeah, I think I prefer Solgaleo over Lunala. Now Poipole, High B, Poipole, shoot, Nihilego, it's gonna take me a second to remember some of their names, I'm not gonna lie. Also B, Buzzwole, I'm going for a shiny, and it's slowly moving down the tier list the longer I go for it, but I think a low A. I do like how weird their designs get. I do appreciate that from the Ultra Beast. I just don't particularly like all of them. Pheromosa, don't really like Pheromosa, to be honest with you. It's really weird, too weird. I think Pheromosa is just, I like how weird they get, but Pheromosa is just a little too weird. I don't know what it is about Pheromosa's design. Maybe not that it's too weird, it's just I don't know, something about it just throws me off. I don't really like it. Xurkitree can get an A, mid A. My voice just like quivered right there. Celesteela, Celesteela, never used Celesteela. I think low A. I think we'll go low A. I think low A for Celesteela. I think I'll leave it there. Oh my god, Kartana. I literally had its name in my head when I was looking through them, and then I forget as soon as it comes up. Kartana, mid A. Guzzlord, also mid A. Guzzlord's freaking Jesus. it's straight up like Galactus. I think I'd keep it like that. Xurkitree, Guzzlord, Kartana. But Cephalon, I like the Jester vibe, but I put it low A. Stakataka, fun name to say, not a fun design though. Stakataka is just kind of a little too generic for me. It's the least weird out of all of them. It's just a stack of blocks, and I get that that's kind of the point of it, Stakataka, but you didn't really have to lean into it that much. We'll leave it there. Not Naganadel, high A. We'll put it alongside Lunala and Type Null. Pretty amazing design there. I really like it. Now here we go with Necrozma, and then Dawn and Dusk Wings. Dusk and Dawn, I think. Or no, Solgaleo's Dawn, Lunala's Dusk, yeah. So it's Dusk, Dawn main, Dusk Wings, right? Something like that, or whatever. And then Ultra Necrozma. Ultra Necrozma is so freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie. The toughest battle in Pokemon. If you genuinely do a blind run through of Ultra Sun and Moon, this is the hardest Pokemon you could go against. For those of you who haven't played it, I'm not going to explain it, so now you can also be surprised when it happens, because I know when it happened to me, I was Ultra Necrozma was just insane. Just for its theme, its difficulty, the way it looks, like everything about it is just so cool. Easy S for me there. I would also throw Necrozma S, but for the sake of the rules, I'm gonna keep it here. I think I'm gonna throw Lunala, the Duskwing, the Dusk Wings with Lunala. I think I'd still put Type Null above those two, and I think I put them above Naganadel though. I think I put them above Naganadel. Magyarna, I actually think I had a Magyarna. We'll put it in B. Actually, yeah, I like Marshadow a lot. I'll put Marshadow in A. Zeraora, I'm gonna put low S. Zeraora is really cool, and then Meltan and Melmetal, mid B. I think I'm not crazy about their designs, honestly. I'm not really crazy about them. They're incredibly rare and somewhat difficult to get. Well, but I would kind of put them mid B for those two, I think. But yeah, that's wow. 35 minutes almost. Yeah, I actually quite like Gen 7. I think Gen 7 and Gen 6 are finally, at least the Pokemon are getting a lot of the love they deserve. I feel like those two generations, 6 and 7, are pretty solid. I mean, at least for me, I don't generally dislike a lot of the Pokemon from Gen 6 or 7. I like a lot of them. I like a lot of Pokemon from Gen 6 and 7. So definitely solid generations, and I'm so glad that they're finally getting the love they deserve. Like I said, at least the Pokemon, disregard the games, at least the Pokemon are starting to get the love they deserve, because a lot of them are pretty fun to use, and they're great design wise and just all around. But that was my Generation 7 tier list. Next week is the final one for our regular generation playthrough. Then I'm gonna be going, or not playthrough, our tier list run through. Then I'm gonna be flipping it back, going back to Gen 1. I might do a couple different ones in between, but I'm gonna flip it back, go back to Gen 1, and then do shiny Pokemon. Go through shiny Pokemon, because trust me, the rankings would change. There are a lot of Pokemon here who probably would not be at the top if it was a shiny Pokemon sort of thing, if we're going through that. And yeah, when we get to that, it's purely based off their shiny form, like nothing else. Just the difference from the original, how good the shiny looks, how different it is, just those. We'll get into it when we get there. But if you guys enjoyed the video, and if you're new here, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Go check out the socials in the description. Twitter and Instagram are both at @hermitlonely_. Please share the socials with your friends, family. Everybody know, let the people know Lonely Hermit's where it's at, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.